As cool as that mausoleum is, that is not what we're here to photograph. And that is very cool mausoleum. I was hoping to be able to park a little bit closer. I say a little bit closer. I was hoping it was going to be more like a 5-minute walk. But people own land. They have signs up there saying there is no through road. So we're going on a bit of a journey. And for those of you that are new to this, my name's Kieran Husband. I'm a landscape photographer. I do lots of stuff around Scotland at the moment, as that's where I'm based. But I've been to Skye, spent some time up there, been to Wales, been all over the place. My main passion is to be outside, so it's not so much gear reviews or anything like that. It is more so about capturing the image, my process, and my thoughts behind it. So if that sounds good, stick around. And if not to worry, have a good one. But if you have chose to stay, tonight we are going to go down and we're going to try and photograph Ballachulish Bridge. It is a relatively new bridge in the world of bridges. Not quite sure exactly how old, but it saves a lot of journeys, and it is in the most incredible location. Check out this B-roll. Suddenly I'm feeling very short as the landscape around me has suddenly become incredibly tall. Where I'm hoping to get to is this little jut of land sticking out over here. I'm going to head over that way anyway, fight through this jungle, and hopefully get some good photography. This place. Wow. Didn't expect myself this early to be having to start thinking about compositions and how I'm going to frame my shot, what subject, what kind of light. But that's the thing with Scotland. There's so many options. It's just an incredibly beautiful place. Just up here I've got a little section that has even whiter colour, and the Pap of Glen is just in the background, and at the moment it's about to get some light. So I'm going to quickly set up and see if I can get a nice shot of this. But I'm just going to have to quickly grab you guys and bring you over here, because I like you, but I don't think you add to my image. I've got quite a nice little bit of foreground interest, and I've got some light on the Pap, and I've got some interesting clouds floating over the top. So I have dramatic skies, shells in the foreground surrounded by rock, and light on the Pap. So I've got something drawing your eye through. I've got all the key features of what makes a good image. It's not quite there. It's not quite there. I'm going to capture it anyway. It's nice. It's simple. There's not a whole heap of what's going on. But over there, that's what I'm excited about. So I'm going to pack this up and let's head over to what I've come here for. Oh wow, this is what I've come for. So I decided that actually it's not as good down by the shore. And the main reason why is I lose the length of grass. And it's the length of grass that's going to make this image, I think. I think the difference in contrast between that grass, that steel blue water, well, yeah, steely blue water, them dark mountains in the background and that bridge, and the little bits of light I've got in that sky, I think this nice golden grass is going to contrast beautifully. So the first thing I want to do is I want to play to the strengths of the scene. I want to get low. I want to get as low to this grass as possible. And fingers crossed, it's gonna look sweet. That's looking pretty sweet, to be honest. Now, I'm gonna do a little bit of screen sharing with you so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, so bearing in mind that grass is super soft. In fact, let's do a little bit of focusing. Okay, that's looking much better. So I've got that nice golden grass in the foreground. I've got that little path that I've walked through the grass leading into the bridge here, and I've got mountains in the background creating the perfect balance in that scene and interest in that sky. What I'd love is some God rays, which might still happen. That's why I came here a little bit earlier, because I wanted that drama in that sky. I didn't want just colour in the sky, because I'm not sure tonight that I'll even get colour, to be honest. So I thought I'd come nice and early to make sure I get something. So that is how it looks through that. I think I'm going to leave the grass a little bit soft. So I'm going to shoot this on f5, which should help your eye travel through the scene. And it should create a little bit of interest in that grass. Give it a golden sheen, like the entire scene is just gold in the bottom and then blue in the background, which are colours that do complement each other. And pay attention to the rule of thirds. As I'm setting up my scene, I'm using the grid to cut it into the quarters to show where the rule of thirds will be. So I've left the top, sky, mountains, grass, out of focus. So hopefully they create a nice balance to bring your eye through the scene into them mountains. So now all is left to do is to start capturing this scene. So f5, out of focus, 30th of a second, check my histogram. With my histogram, I'm going to push it as far up as I can go, which I have. That's 1/30th of a second. Double check that everything is balanced, and then just press the shutter button. And straight out of camera, it's a nice scene. It's nice, look at it. I've got that beautiful gold down the bottom, like I said, the steel blue in the middle, and that deeper, darker, richer blue in the top. But for now, it's just a case of sitting, chilling, and doing some waiting. So the light's starting to fade now, and the sky's starting to get bluer and more dramatic, which is not a terrible thing. It's not exactly what I hoped for, but it's not terrible. But I have noticed there's an oak tree over there, so I might have a little wander across and see what I can do with it. So I've just noticed something that I think is going to be a winning shot and well worth the distraction. It's not my normal style. If these guys stay there, now I want to get down nice and low and try not to disturb them. But I have got 4 sheep stood right on the edge of the hill, and with the right focal length, this is going to be a great shot. So the photography trip got disrailed slightly. I've spent the last 5-10 minutes photographing this one sheep that's just standing quite happily on the hill, eating his grass. Beautiful grass in front of him, mountain in the background, clouds. Just really nice image. I think, yeah, it's a solid image. But I should probably change my lens back over and head over to this oak tree. The tree didn't work out. It was a nice idea, but in autumn, this might work out really, really well. So I think back over to the bridge. I had hoped for a little bit more of a colourful experience. But what's happened is the clouds come in thick, just like it was forecasted, and I'm not getting the colour in the sky. I was hoping that it was going to go still, nice and flat, the wind was going to die, the clouds were going to go nice and pink, and I was going to get some beautiful light travelling across that bridge. And I might still, another time. But I think this time, I'm going to pack my camera up, I'm going to head home, I'm going to chill out. It's been a beautiful evening and I've really enjoyed this location. It is a shame that there isn't a more direct way of getting here, and because there's private land signs, I'm not going to really tell you where this is. For anyone that's local or been here before, it's pretty obvious where it is, but yeah, a cool location, lots of possibilities. But I think for tonight, the conditions have beaten me. It's overcast, drab, and it's getting late. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, let me know which image you thought was the best. But that is going to be all from me this week, so peace out, peeps.